All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Tom Beal, and we are going to have a fun conversation about legal. And that is going to be an oxymoron right off the bat. Yes, we are going to do that. But we also have the one and only Donna Fox with us this evening. Donna, how are you today?
I am doing fantastic. So happy to be here.
Awesome. And I see that we are recording. I wanted to check the screen there. That's always good. We are recording. So this will be available afterwards for you to review. And if you weren't here to make it live, you will be watching this via a recording. So that said, let me jump over. It looks like we got people all over the world here with us. If you can hear me, go ahead and type a 1 in the chat, just so I can understand that you're here and you can hear me. And then we'll start from there. All is well. And make sure I'm in the right spot. There we go. Yes, I am in questions. And let me make that larger so I can see this. All right, so yes, we are here and we are live and you can hear me, which is really good. Pierre says, hey, Donna, good to see you both. Well, almost see you both, correct, Pierre? Good to see you. Looks like training on exactly what I'm working on. CYA, yes, cover your assets. Victor, cover your assets is important. Michael's here, Ganesh, Simon, Yoshi, Jason, Wolfgang, Vaughn, Anish, Pierre, Michael, Brian, Blair, John, Mark, Alan, Victor from Lake Havasu City, Paul, Hamal, Chris Brazy, good to see you, Edgars, Kimberly, Terry, Wolfgang, is there a link for the recording? Yes, we will be putting this with all the other trainings. Donna, can you refresh my memory where the link is, where they can find this when it's all done?
I absolutely will. That's in Groove Cart Academy. So groovecartacademy.com.
Perfect.
No, I think we moved it. Sorry. We moved it. I'm lying. It's groovedigitalacademy.com. Let me just check that. Academy. Digital Academy. Yes, groovedigitalacademy.com, and I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. We moved it
Perfect.
from GrooveCart last week, so
It's a fast moving machine. We're moving as fast as this whole lockdown.
it's
We
true.
don't know what we don't know what to expect. It changes on the dime. So yes, the recording is there. Wolfgang, she'll post that in so you can see it. There it is, groovedigitalacademy.com. Barbara from Florida. All right, Barbara, good to see you. Chris Brazy. Chris says no mankinis for Tom. Inside joke, many people may know of, many don't. I am infamous or famous, one of the two, for speaking on stage in a Borat mankini in front of roughly 500 people in San Diego, talking about the power of stepping out of your comfort zone. A little known fact, Chris, maybe you and others didn't know, was Miss Donna Fox is also someone who has spoken on stage in a Borat mankini, which I think is a bigger step out of a comfort zone than mine was, actually. So, Donna, sorry to spill the secret there, but that was quite impressive. I think you are aware how impressed I was at that trumps my stepping out of my comfort zone. I can say that for sure.
It's true, and lest the rumors get started, I was wearing a full length, bodysuit, a nude color bodysuit, and then a mankini on top of that, and it really was stepping out of my comfort zone in a huge way. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was a costume party, and my costume was Tom Beal. So
I love it. I love it. It's awesome. So Paul is here. You can hear Paul. Great. Good to see you. Jason, James, Wolfgang, Tammy, John, Don, John. All right. Valerie from Austin area. Newbie. Okay. Valerie, good to have you here. Not so sunny London. Simon is here. Good. Chris says pics or it didn't happen. Pictures, please, Donna. And well, there was a rule that was on the marketers cruise, everyone. And the rule is everything on the marketers cruise stays forever on Facebook, except that. That's one of the few that blows my and Donna's minds that everyone agreed and still has kept that to be true, which is
it really is. It's amazing to me. So many people have sent me pictures. They took pictures of them, but they say, I wanted to send these to you, but of course, I won't post them anywhere. And
wow.
I
That
thought
is
that that was really awesome.
super cool. Which, funny enough, that's interesting. We're going to be talking about legal here. That's kind of like that's a verbal contract that people are honoring, and really there was no, repercussions or anything like that would happen. But the whole deal is, be a man and woman of your word, and imagine that if we all did
Yeah.
that and had friends that did that. So interesting that that comes up. So now we got New Zealand here. Eldon, good to see you. Michael Crowley says audio, which means if he's saying that and doesn't hear me, I will say if you can't hear me, because he won't if he can't. Log out, then
I
back
can
in,
type that for
please.
him.
Okay, I just did that. So hopefully that
Okay, got it.
clears that up for him. So that's one thing Don and I learn. If we're like, nope, can you hear me now? Like, if they can't hear you, they can't hear you. So text
Nope.
them. All right, it looks like we are good to go, and that's always good to hear. And first, before we jump into any of this training, I hope all is well with you and yours. You know, obviously the world is still understanding what to do and how to do it with this coronavirus and with the, in essence, worldwide economic shutdown to a major degree across the globe. So with all that said, obviously there are people dealing with health issues. I hope you and yours are as best and awesome as you can possibly be. And similarly with the economic shutdown, I hope you know, from some previous conversations we've had about that, you're looking at this from the entrepreneurial mindset of kind of recognizing the way that things were aren't necessarily how they are right now and maybe won't be for a little while. So that said, how am I going to adjust? How am I going to have to do the three things that Tom taught me a couple weeks ago that he learned in the Marine Corps, which are these? If you weren't there for this, you might want to write these down. How do I, these three words, improvise, adapt, and overcome? How do I improvise, adapt, and overcome to enter the conversation in the minds of my prospects, in the minds of my ideal clients? Because as entrepreneurs, fortunately, we know that plans rarely go to plan. And in implementing a plan, we have to continually improvise, adapt, and overcome. So in this new environment, we can look at it objectively and say, okay, where was my old messaging and where could it be tweaked and modified to fit what's going on with and how the messaging needs to be modified accordingly to not tick people off, offend people, or rub them the wrong way, but enter the conversation in their mind and heal their fears, worries, you know, all the problems and challenges that they may be facing, and get them to their desired outcomes from where they are to where they want to be. So from that entrepreneurial mindset, every change, and this is probably the biggest change any of us and previous generations to us have ever witnessed, brings huge opportunity. And with that entrepreneurial mindset, I hope you are as excited as I am to not just take what you know and share it and get the messaging out there to help your ideal prospects and clients, but in tapping into this amazing resource that we're going to be talking about today, GroovePages, GrooveSell, all of the Groove app products and services that are available there for you. It's a gold mine waiting to be tapped. So you are now in the right place at the right time. And what I'm going to share with you today is how to CYA, how to legally cover your assets. For some of you, maybe have went down the path of learning about this new character who's being talked about a lot on Netflix, Mr. Joe Exotic, how not to make the same mistake Joe Exotic made, which was a step away from him being in prison for numerous years now. Quick disclaimer as we start this legally covering your assets topic. This is for educational purposes only, is not legal advice. Seek the proper legal advice as needed. I am not an attorney, nor do I play one on TV or the internet. I do have some stories that I think might be of interest to you. They're fun, they're entertaining, they're costly, and my hope is that they will kind of be me standing there at that road telling you, hey, waving my arms, don't go down this road. It's costly. You're gonna not want to go there. And I'm gonna share some stories that go back a few years. Mike, Phil Same, and I, when we worked together from 2006 to 2011, have several of those lessons that we'll be mentioning, that I'll be mentioning from the experiences that we had over the years. Some of them were costly as far as monetarily costs, and others were costly as far as relationships. And so basically what we're going to talk about is how to remain legally compliant in your business on your web pages. And me hopefully discouraging you from going down the paths that I and Mike and many others have been that were costly will prevent you from having those lessons learned the hard way. And then obviously the last statement there, I don't even know how to say it properly, ignorantia juris non excusat. Ignorance of law excuses no one, right? Just because we don't know what we don't know doesn't matter in the court of law. And so I'm going to hopefully open up your eyes to some possibilities to prevent you from those lessons. And since we're in these times, I don't know why oh, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, some people texting me here. Hold on a second. Okay, gotcha. Mike hit me up. Gotcha. Perfect.
Don't they know
Donna's
you're on
on
a
it.
webinar?
Yeah, right. Donna's all right. All right. Everybody's hitting me up like phone buzzing. So copyright infringement is not looked upon highly. So, the term is out there of being a funnel hacker. So we're going to talk about what when you're out there doing your R&D, your research and development, and you find sites that you want to emulate or strategies that you want to emulate, some things that you should do, some things that you shouldn't do. And just as a follow-up to the copyright infringement is not looked upon highly, plagiarism. You may remember that word from high school or college, and it wasn't too highly, it was pretty much frowned upon, right, in high school and college. And had you been caught being someone who was plagiarizing other people's work, it could possibly fail you in that course. Well, when we talk about plagiarism, so for instance, if we're just going from our recollection of high school and college, you find some work, whether it's in a book or online, and you're like, ooh, I like how they said that in this paragraph, or that page there, it looks pretty good. Copy and paste, and you put it over into your work. It's not necessarily just going to be something that's going to tick them off, but it's going to bring some legal ramifications, right? If they so choose. But there's costly consequences monetarily, but there's also relationship consequences. And there are tools out there that you and others can use that can check to see if your material is being used by others. And here's a couple resources that you can write down and have fun playing around with as you see fit. But several people have their legal teams. If you're talking big companies, their legal teams are making sure that others aren't taking that work, which with those larger companies, they pay copywriters significantly, like millions of dollars per year for their high level copywriters. And they don't want the work that they've put the resources, time, and energy and effort into to be copied and used by others, and also be misconstrued and modified to make it something that would mislead people. So there's two resources there that you can use for yourself, and are resources and those are two of many that people use to check to make sure their stuff isn't being taken. Now, as luck would have it, or non-luck, if you're this person or the other person in this particular example, 15 hours ago from now, like literally just minutes before coming on to today, this person posted this publicly on Facebook, and I just blocked their name out. I didn't want to reach out to them and get their authorization for it now, but it was posted publicly that they just found out someone that they helped, become competent and become a marketer pretty much stole their idea, pretty much copied their copy, and copied their product. And so the person that was the original creator of the course had people reaching out to him saying, hey, did you know about this other product? And then so to clear up the air, and this is one of several of the posts that he had out there, he wrote a letter to that person who copied him and shared it publicly as well. And in essence, it's probably something he may or may not seek legal paths. Like he may reach out to attorney to see, what some possibilities are to have this person cease and desist, and possibly some monetary kickbacks. Who knows? But at the very least, the relationship is highly damaged. And at the same time, the person who copied, the person who taught him to the letter almost, their reputation is pretty well spent. And people don't look too highly upon, not just borrowing the idea, but literally copying the product and copying the sales copy and emails and everything pretty much, maybe not word for word, but pretty close to word for word. And, this is something like we talked about in the very beginning of the, just being a decent human, right? And so I'm not going to read this, but the last paragraph, which was item number 1, and he said, this legitimately endangers my ability to provide for my family, especially in the current climate, right? So like literally it's going after someone's blood. Like, you want to hurt somebody, you go after their financial vein. And, to be someone who is a student of this person and to do that, they may not known or not really thought it through of how it's not the people are, oh wow, if they're copying me, they must, that's the sign of I'm flattered that they copied me. No, it's a sign that, man, that person really didn't think this through ethically or honestly. And the relationship's definitely damaged. The relationship of the person who copied is definitely damaged in the marketplace, because the person who was copied is making it aware to those who have reached out saying, hey, what's up with this? And so it's really just not a win-win for anybody. And at the end of the day, who knows if you will take legal action or not, but that is definitely a course of action. So if you have watched the Joe Exotic show, what's it, the Tiger King on Netflix, holy cow, like this is just hilarious, because I fought watching it, and I was kind of picked on by the family here, like, oh, you just, what you think, you'll love it. Like, so I'm a studier of human nature and human beings, and holy cow, it's not just about the Tiger King. It's not just about this crazy dude, Joe Exotic. It's about several other people who own exotic pet type of scenarios, farms, whatever they're called. And in essence, Joe Exotic's nemesis was this woman. If you watched it, you know the whole deal. She owns one called Big Cat Rescue. Well, she had a lockdown on social media and a lockdown on SEO. And what Joe Exotic did was thinking, what if I had a company that was named similarly to hers and had a similar looking logo and had a similar looking address and phone number? You get where I'm going with this. So in his mind, he didn't really think it through either. It's no big deal. I'm just going to scrape a little bit of that traffic that's going to her site over to me, and people won't even know that it's not her, etc. And I'm bringing this up, A, because Joe Exotic is a big chatter about him and his crazy antics due to the Netflix show. B, to help you understand, you kind of have to think things through a little bit. Now, this is kind of a wild example because it's in the news and whatnot. But if you watch the show, you'll see he did. I mean, it's kind of like back in the day, if you remember Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. And then if you remember the song Pressure, right?
Dun,
Under
dun,
pressure.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
and Vanilla Ice is on MTV. No, it's not. It's different. It's not dun 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 dun. It's dun 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 dun. No, it's the same damn thing, right? It's the same thing. And Vanilla Ice did have to pay for copying that song, along with several other things that happened. But when you watch the show, you'll see the logo. There's no way it accidentally became, oh wow, that's just an accident that our logo looks similar to theirs. No, it was, you can tell it was pre-thought through. And so what he did is he went after this woman who, and for those who watch the show, you may or may not know Carol Baskins, and Donna, this is insight for you because you don't know. She is just crazy. There's Her husband just went disappearing over a decade ago, and people are saying that she fed him to the big cats because he just disappeared, like literally gone. So 5 years after his disappearance, they marked him as dead. But everyone's like, it's pretty clear she's killed her rich husband. Like anyhow, so that case was reopened thanks to this, and who knows if it's going to be like uh, a Bill Cosby, who went for decades without getting a penalty for his crazy antics. Well, that was reopened. So this woman has deep pockets, and she's like, wait a second, this logo looks like mine. The name is pretty darn similar to mine. They sent a cease and desist. Joe didn't cease and desist. He kept going, and she took it to court. And at the end of the day, he had to pay her like $1 million or something like that. And then I haven't even watched far enough to see the TV show, but all I do know is Joe's in prison because he ended up hiring, or talked about hiring someone to kill that woman, and he's now in prison for hiring someone to kill a woman, apparently.
So, moral of the story is don't steal someone's logo and then attempt to hire a killer.
Correct, right. One thing leads to another, ladies and gentlemen. You want to start small and not steal a logo and not try to poach a brand. Now, so let's talk some other brands, and this gets into touchy areas. So let's say companies like Amazon, companies like Microsoft, companies like Apple, and all of their products, and people can get a little bit poachy, similar to Joe, and say, "Ooh, well, I got Amazon secrets," or Amazon's, if anytime you use a trademarked name, you're asking for trouble. Like, people with resources don't ever want to tread in that water. And so if you're there and like, well, I don't think they'll come after me, you'd be surprised at how many cease and desist, like those billion-dollar companies have a team of attorneys that they don't like paying just to sit around doing nothing. They have a
It's
team of, go ahead,
Go ahead,
Donna,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Oh,
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's really easy to do this because Mike and I were talking a couple of weeks ago and buying some URLs for the company, and we were looking for a URL for our Facebook page, and we said, well, what
Mhm,
about just groovedigitalfacebook.com? And they
mhm.
went to buy it, and thankfully the register service wouldn't let us buy it. You
Right,
couldn't buy a domain with the word Facebook in it, and
right,
Facebook is bigger than Jesus, so they're able to have that power. But it's so easy to buy
right.
URLs that contain names of other things in it,
Yes,
protected names. Yeah, and
exactly.
very easy to do, and not even thinking about it. We weren't thinking about that as an IP infringement of Facebook. We were just thinking about it as a convenient way to get people to our Facebook account.
Correct. And that's it. It's literally like, and you guys are some of the best of the best. So it happens sometimes accidentally. When you look at so the woman's company was Big Cat Rescue. That was her business. His new company was Big Cat Rescue Entertainment. His logo was pretty damn much the same as hers, and he got a phone number in her same area, in the same Florida address, right? So it's very clear he did it intentionally. Like, you guys would be like, oh crap, I didn't even think about that. And so that can be, it can be one that's premeditated, and one, oh man, I didn't even think of that. And as Donna said, with Facebook, they got such clout. People can't even buy those anymore. But a while back, it was still allowed by a lot of domain registrars. So I know many people who have had successful businesses that had tried to tag along to a catchy name, and they made the domain part of that brand. And then as the business is up and running, they get the cease and desist. And then sometimes they just want that to be shut down. And other times they're like, and by the way, all the profits that you made off it, right? So it's something that hopefully we're saving you from going down that path, to think a couple steps ahead of like, okay, this domain sounds good. Am I infringing on any trademark names? Am I infringing on anything that people may feel I'm stepping into their territory? Right. So, and just use common sense. Like, if I were to Rolls Royce something, Rolls Royce, even if you're not in the car business, they've worked hard to build a brand around that name, or any car name, or any name that has that household brand or that trademark. You'd want to come up with something, and this is something as a marketer you might want to write down. It's your unique mechanism. Todd Brown teaches hugely on this unique mechanism. You want to come up with a name of your product or service that when people hear it and like, holy crap, I need that. If they go to Google it, the only thing they'll find is you, because you're the only one who made that name. Does that make sense? So type a 2 if that makes sense, about unique mechanisms. Let me just make sure that that's an important topic. Type a 2 in there if that makes sense. Okay, Vaughn, Jason, Jody, Tracy, Michael, Dex, Valerie, Mark, Neural, Bernard. Right. Okay, good. Keyword power 222. Yes, Francis. Good. So okay, a lot of people getting that. So think about this. If I have a program that's some YouTube secret, that when you do this, you get ranked really quick, really high on YouTube. If I called it how to get ranked fast on YouTube, guess what? They can go Google how to get ranked fast on YouTube, and guess what they're going to find? 50,000 or more videos showing them how to get that done. You don't want to have a name that people can Google and find free resources or other people, competitor resources, to deliver the promise that you made. You want to be able to come up with that big promise and give it a name that's a unique mechanism. Sometimes the proposition is in the name, but many times it's not. So it's up to you to put some time and effort into thinking, okay, here's who we're going to serve, here's how we're going to serve them, what are the products and services that are out there. And we don't want to give a name that if they search for ours, they'd find our competitors. We want a name that if they search, the only thing they could find is us, because we're the only one that can deliver that promise through our unique mechanism. And that's a differentiator that's huge in the marketing realm. So just a nice point there. So, okay, good. I'm glad you guys got that, guys and gals. Thank you for that. So don't make the big mistake that Joe Exotic did. One of 3 million mistakes he makes, by the way. Totally mind-boggling. Yeah, I can't believe it. Anyhow, I can't believe I got sucked into watching it, and that it was so entertaining that I'm still talking about it.
That you're training about it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I'm training about it. Right, right. Well, he made some big mistakes. A, don't hire anyone to murder somebody. That's a big one. They really
Yeah.
frown upon that more than IP infringement, believe it or not, Donna. They do, apparently. Even joking about it, that's one of those bomb things. That's one of those fire in the movie theater things. You don't even joke. Oh, I'm just kidding. I was not going to do it. They really don't care. They just don't even go that route. Okay. So Joe Exotic's big mistake. Don't do that. Okay. Now, photos. This is a big one, and in other intellectual property. So in R&D, in the corporate world, R&D is research and development, right? I put rip off and duplicate as kind of a joke. I should have put a smiley face after that. R&D, for those who were in corporate America, know that's research and development. Well, when people are funnel hacking, they go out there and they'll just go to Google and I need an image of anything, a donkey, an elephant, a horse, a stack of money, and you Google it and you take a screen capture or you download the image. If you use that on something that's publicly out there, you're going to find something in the mailbox that comes from Getty Images. Getty Images has a team of lawyers that literally, well, first of all, Getty Images owns so much of the photos that are found on Google. They own a huge amount of them, and they make money by pretty much mafia style shaking people down. So most people, like we talked about on that first slide, just ignorance of law doesn't exclude you from it. Most people aren't aware, like, well, no, I just Googled it. It was free on Google, so I took it, and what the heck? Well, you're going to get a letter in the mail. Mike Filsame and I got numerous of them throughout the years. And the letter in the mail says, and it comes with a picture. This picture has been on this URL, and it's been there X amount since this date, and you owe us. And they come up with this big number of money that you owe them for using their image without the proper copyright usage, right? So then like, you owe us this amount of money, or it's kind of like a parking ticket, hey, you can come to court and plead it, or you can just pay us this right now. And most people would rather just pay that shakedown than actually get an attorney and go fight it. And because they sent you the paper, they show you, we own this image, you've used it, you violated our copyright, and you owe us this much money. So long story short, those are not fun things to find in your mailbox. And after you get a few of them, you become more cautious and you become less, who cares? No one will ever find this. You recognize, like, wow, I'm going to be very choosy in the images that I put anywhere on any of my sites, because I don't need any more of these, because it adds up. And if you Google, we'll get to something at the end. Like you can Google that. If you Google Getty Images, whether it's Shakedown or Getty Images, what do they call it? What's that?
Extortion.
Extortion, yeah. Getty Images extortion, right? You'll find a whole bunch of people. Yeah, I got extorted by Getty Images. Unbeknownst to me, I just got a picture off of Google, put it on my site, and now they're asking for thousands of dollars. So there are strategies out there of how to handle that if you do receive some of those letters. And there's a whole bunch of different strategies, as you can imagine. But I'm just bringing this up to make you aware that when you're out there researching and developing, quote unquote, funnel hacking, not only can you not just take a couple paragraphs that someone has written and copy and paste that and use it on yours. We talked about that plagiarism not being looked at too highly, and it has legal ramifications. But the same thing with images, and whether the images were found on Google search or Yahoo search or anywhere, if you use that image without having the rights, you pretty much can expect to get a letter in due time. And the longer that you have that letter up, the bigger the fine is, pretty much, that they hit you with, and then they'll settle for less. But it's not a process you wouldn't want to go through. So at the very bottom of this, I put, use your free stock photos inside GroovePages. So when you go in GroovePages, you can use my files or the free stock images, the free stock photos. So those free stock photos you have the rights to use, and there's a huge amount of them. And we'll jump in there in a little bit just to show you a huge amount of free stock photos. While I'm at it, let me share this. After being shook down several times over the years by Getty Images, many times I'll just use my own iPhone and take pictures of stuff and post it up. So, that's one way to circumvent, it's like, so I have one site, 3-day Apple Fast. I just go to the daggum store and take a picture of all the apples lined up there. Right? I don't have to go Google search, I need photos of apples, or as I'm walking around Boca Raton, Florida, if I need nice vehicles, there's a whole plethora of them around here. You got the whole gamut of all the elite vehicles around this area. Instead of looking for a photo online, go around your daily observations and take photos that you can use. Those you own the rights to. Now, as I said earlier, I'm not an attorney, and I don't know if that applies to if you're inside certain buildings, if you're in, I don't know all the legal aspects of that, but so far I've never received any cease and desist and or letters from Getty Images for any of the images that I've taken with my phone. Now, I will use common sense. So if I'm taking a picture of an automobile that I'm using in a public or a website of mine, I will block out the tag, the license plate, and things like that. I'll take steps like that if I'm putting them up on pages, but just use common sense. But the good news is free stock photos inside your GroovePages, you have huge amounts of photos available for you. Basically, all you do is you type in any type of word and boom, here's going to be a whole bunch of pictures. We'll show you that here in a little bit. And then this one, I believe that is not a picture that I took of my own. I probably have some lying around that I took a while back. I don't have that stack on me right now, but that is a stack that I got from the free stock photos, that picture. I just actually went and found that. I took money and that one came up. So I'm going to tell you a story of the fax machine $6,000 shakedown story. And Donna, I'm not even sure if you heard this one, but it's quite interesting. So in, what year was this? 2006. So this must have been February 2006, early February 2006. Butterfly Marketing had just finished being launched. And Mike Vilsame and I had teamed up pretty much in the midst of Butterfly Marketing being launched. I helped with the spelling and the sales letter and all this and the grammar on the sales letter, and it went live on January 31st, 2006. And then in February, it went live, and in a week and a half did over $1 million, and it was a great launch. Towards the end of February, Mike and I are in the office. We're making a whole bunch of phone calls. It's really hectic after that first $1 million launch. Lots of things to do, and the fax machine starts ringing, and we're like, "What the heck? We've never received a fax." So we're standing literally at the fax machine, watching paper sheet after sheet come out of this fax machine, and what it was a shakedown, and it's getting to the part about the legal requirements on our websites, right? So you know how you need your privacy page, your terms of service, your disclaimer, things like that. Well, this attorney sent us, this, first of all, belittling letter, like, come on, Mike, you should have known better. Here you are doing all this great stuff, and you used my copyright and terms of service. Like, you should know better than this. Like, come on, guys, anyhow. So he went through this belittling us and berating us of how, we should have known better, but, he's not going to take us to court right away. He's going to give us an option we can pay him $6,000 and we'll just call it even. So we called this attorney who also was an internet marketer. And we're like, what are you talking about? Like, this was the terms that Mike had bought in a small WSO, a Warrior Special Offer. And he's, oh, come on, you guys. So you bought a $7 or $17 legal document thinking that would be what you'd want, that would cover you. And Mike's like, yeah. He's like, well, that $7 or $17 product you bought stole my copyrighted pages, and that's what you bought. So you bought my copyrighted information, which you don't have the rights to use, and so you owe me $6,000. And after back and forth, it was pretty clear. And then some threats came. If we go to court, you're gonna have to pay the legal fees, and I'm still gonna win anyhow. Let's just, just break me off $6,000 and we'll call it a day. Well, sure enough, transferred over $6,000 and learned a $6,000 lesson, that getting to the topic that we're going to get to next, the basic must-haves on websites, the terms of use, the privacy policy, the disclaimer. If you don't take the proper steps, you too could be in violation of copyright and be shaken down for using copyrighted information. And we'll get to that in a little bit. And you'll see one of the resources that we now use, Mike uses, GroovePages uses, I use, and it saves all of this hassle and rigmarole, where you have a real attorney, you have the rights to all of the copyrights and the usage of the materials on your sites, but they can't be used. You actually have to click a box like, I own this site. You can't use it on a friend's site or a cousin's site. You have to actually own the site. That's how rigorous these attorneys are with their copyrighted materials. So one of the pages is the terms of use, and these are just basically your website rules. They do serve as a binding legal contract between you and the users of your site, and can be enforced in court to resolve a legal dispute. Privacy policy informs the people what personal information is collected when they visit your website and how you will use that information. And the disclaimer. Disclaimer gets into a couple different things. Limits your liability by informing the users that the information on your site is as is, doesn't constitute advice of any kind. Disclosing your affiliate and third-party relationships under the FTC or similar laws that govern your country if you're outside of the US. And as you'll, on that topic, on that bullet point, you know that a lot of affiliate programs have specific wording. So Amazon has specific wording, and several other companies have specific wording that you need to have on the site that is promoting any of your affiliate links. And then also denying responsibility for third-party links on your websites, disclaimers for that. Earnings disclaimers, so others don't expect the same financial results that you advertise. That one, we're gonna have to talk a little bit more in depth here shortly. I've got another story on that one that was a very painful lesson as well. Real quick, I mean, literally, if you look at the FTC, here's the bad news. Any income claim is illegal. And I'll actually show you a couple of results, and Donna, you'll get a kick out of this. There was one company that was taken down because they said their earnings were life-changing. We will be able to get you life-changing results, which doesn't even give a freaking claim.
Wow, yeah, that's interesting.
And the FTC took them down. So yeah, so I have those FTC links that we'll get to shortly. So any earning disclaimer technically is illegal. And then I hear it all the time, but Tom, what about this person? What about this person? What about that person? The reality is everyone is doing it. And the second reality is the FTC normally chooses who they go after, and normally they choose people that are doing very well, not mediocrely well, if that's a word, mediocrely, not doing decently. They like people doing very well. Why? Because they get to keep all that money. So I've had people that have had neighbors that are FTC attorneys. One is a neighbor to one who's an attorney for runs the whole thing for their whole state. And she said, at any point, we could go after any company we want, but we are very selective. I mean, we only have so much time in a day. So we're very
It's about their return on investment.
What's that?
No, it's about their return on investment.
100%.
Any watchdog organization is trying to have the greatest impact.
Right.
So they're investing their time and effort into going after anyone.
Right.
Because
and I want to have a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I want to have a disclaimer on that, because I don't want that to say to someone who's, well, crap, I'm just starting out, so I'll do it all. They aren't going to come after me.
Right. That's like, driving double the speed limit on a backcountry road.
Right.
You think you might not get caught, but you never know.
Right. Exactly. Right. So yeah. So Donna's 100% right. It's a ROI look. They weigh the opportunity cost of who they're going after and when. And generally the pattern shows they go after the bigger dogs. But that doesn't mean, and actually one that I'll get to here in a little bit, they actually went after a littler dog to get a precedent set that then they went after the bigger dog. So they have their ways, right? And they know what they're doing, and it's logistically and strategically thought through. So in essence, we'll cover that in a little bit. And then disclaimers for product reviews, testimonial disclaimers, especially if you receive products for free and then are given testimonials. There's all these different disclosures that based upon your state, based upon your country. You'd want to make sure you've got that all covered. And in the resource I'll share with you in a little bit, the legal team, if you're in the US, it pretty much covers everything. And I don't know all the details if you're outside of the US, but I have friends that are outside the US that also use them. And then sponsored posts, disclaimers, things along those lines. So those are the basic sites that you need up. You need your terms of use, privacy policy, disclaimer, and then there's others that you can go very deep and very wide as far as how much you want to get into, and it all depends on your location, what state, what country you're in. But here's a couple other examples. This is not all of them, but just a few other examples of things you'd want to look into. The GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, is a European law protecting the rights of EU citizens. So if you're over there, you have to comply with that. California has their own
US company, yeah. Even a US company that's dealing with people in Europe.
Yeah, that has clients over there, right? So, and then the CCPA, the California Consumer Privacy Act, it's basically California's version of the GDPR, and there's many talks of other states having things similar to this. In essence, it's a continually changing and evolving task. And to do it all yourself can be cumbersome. To have some services that do it for you makes it much easier. And then for those doing email marketing, obviously the CAN-SPAM Act. I mean, to protect yourself legally, and with the CAN-SPAM Act, once again, that also ties back into some of the disclaimers on your emails. Affiliate links were used. If you decide to purchase, I will be compensated. There's different wordings that you can put in there to make sure that you're compliant and not leaving yourself open for, well, as it said in the first slide, CYA, cover your assets. That's what we're talking about. So a recommended resource. If you go to groovepages.com, you'll find it. Let me just go over there real quickly. You'll see that Mike and the team does what they say. Whoops, of course I'm in this. I have to log out. I have to go to the other one.
Yeah, when you share your particular screen, it's hard to just pop a website in there.
GroovePages.com. Let me see here. So I'm going to stop that. Okay, so let me change this here. Sharing. Okay, now I'm going to go to this. Boom, here we go. So if we go to GroovePages and scroll to the bottom, you'll see the terms and conditions, privacy, affiliate disclosure, partners and affiliates, etc. So if we click on, let's just say privacy, when I open that up, you're going to see the resource that I'm going to share with you in a second, and it's being used on all of the Groove apps pages, and it's this here, FTC Guardian. So basically all this, as you see at the bottom, privacy, this document is copyright Chip Cooper, law firm of Jones and Haley PC, licensed for use by the owner of this website under distribution rights granted to FTC Guardian, all rights reserved worldwide. So if people were to copy and paste this, guess what they're going to be getting from Chip? Not only a cease and desist, but probably more than that, right? You can't, whenever you see this type of stuff, and especially when it's a law firm, chances are good they're using some type of service to make sure their copyrighted page is not being used elsewhere by people who don't have the rights to use it. Hopefully that makes sense. So to come here to Groove Pages and copy and paste this, you are in essence doing the same thing like we talked about with taking an image from Google, and it's just a matter of time before Getty Images hits you up for a shakedown. So knowing what you now know, this hopefully prevents you from like, oh, I know, who is that person? Oh yeah, let's go to Sam's site and copy Sam's privacy and terms and conditions and all that stuff. Well, Sam probably has some type of service where his is copyrighted as well. So I'm just trying to save you from all that. Now we're going to get to a resource that will help you not have to worry about all that. So let me jump over to this, and here we are. So back on this. So it's at this URL right here, and I'll just copy and paste this into the thing. So and Donna, Mike sent over a text while we were going. I'm not sure if it was related.
I got that.
Okay, yep. I'm not sure if it was related to this, but I'm going to paste this in here for everyone to see. This is the Groove affiliate link for this particular service, FTC Guardian. And as you can see, Mike uses it, and all the Groove pages use the FTC Guardian. It's real simple. I use it. All you have to do is type in some information, your URL, your name, your address, a phone number, an email address, answer a few questions that it kind of guides you along in this step-by-step process. And then when you finish it, boom, there's your privacy page. Boom, there's your terms page. Boom, there's your disclaimers page. Boom, here's a page that shows you what to use as affiliate disclaimers, on and on and on. For everything that you need, it's all there. Donna, you think it would be helpful if I logged into mine and showed mine, or you think that's necessary? I can do that.
Oh, I am on. I was looking for the thing to unmute, and I'm already unmuted. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll log in, and it's real simple. So let me go here, switch it over
And
to.
while you're doing that, I'll just remind people that this is part of an ongoing training for GrooveFunnels. And today we're talking about adding legal pages to your site, but we are basically going step by step every week and creating an entire funnel for you. So we've already done the opt-in page and how to create an ebook download and how to get set up and the sales page and all sorts of things. So.
Yep, and you can get all that at Groove Digital Academy, that link that Donna sent over a little while ago. I'll send that again since we're continually moving forward and some may have joined. So there, Groove Digital Academy, and that link that you just saw there will get you to all the other trainings. And so this one, like Donna said, is specific to the legal. And as you can see, I'm a pro member, lifetime. And basically, if I just want to get some supplemental or basic website compliance, I'd go here. And right away, you'll see all, well, not all, but many of my sites that I have here: privacy policy, terms of use, privacy policy, terms of use, privacy policy, terms of root, testimonials and results disclosure, privacy policy, terms of use. And then there's other ones. There's supplemental website compliance. This is for affiliate disclosures, mobile app privacy policy for my app, affiliate disclosures, opt-in newsletter notices, disclaimers, affiliate disclosures, pretty much everything that you need. And it actually goes way deeper, Donna, than just the legal aspect. You can get into customer agreements, you can get into digital agency agreements, a whole bunch of different things that are for offline, which is pretty cool. So so much of your legal needs are here, as well as a whole bunch of educational stuff that shows you how to do things legally and how to not do things so that you don't put a target on your back. And versus me giving the whole rundown of it, when you go to it, the link FTC Guardian, you got Chip, the attorney there, and he shows pretty much how to, step by step walk yourself through this and become legally compliant. And that's that URL there that I put to all of you, the ftcguardian.com, in the chat there to all of you. So it's real simple, and you're covering your butt without having to worry about somebody coming after you. So we'll jump back, and then I forgot. So I actually did it. I did it to my site that I did through GroovePages. So Donna, I switched over 3dayapplefast.com, and the good news is it's and here's the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. As we talked about a couple weeks ago, you don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going. For this site, I could care less the aesthetics. I could care less. It's not about a 20-page sales letter. It's look, most of the people that go to it are friends of mine. They follow me on Facebook, and they want to learn how to detoxify their body. So for me, good enough is good enough. Like if I'm going to run ads and stuff behind this and put a marketing budget and really want to grow this, I'm going to have to go in here and modify it. But right now, it collects the email, it collects the name, it gets people into the 3-day Apple Fast. And I wanted to demonstrate how simple it is to have a GroovePages site up and running. So this is up and running at 3dayapplefast.com. I'll type this in here. Y'all can go check it out. 3dayapplefast.com. And what I did is, you see it redirects to the GroovePages URL. All I did is just have the domain redirect to the GroovePages URL that was created inside my GroovePages account. So that URL, 3-day Apple Fast, just redirects. And then at the bottom, you're going to see I threw in a little thing here: site created quickly and easily with GroovePages. Hint, hint, that's my affiliate link. right? So while people are here, like, hey, I want to build a site too, they can go get GroovePages and have my affiliate link there. And then below that, I put terms of use and privacy policy. Now, and you're going to get a kick about Donna too, because, and you listening, this I had to improvise, adapt, and overcome because I was in a hurry and I want to show you guys. And I ran into a stumbling block that I couldn't figure out. So all I did is I created it inside the FTC Guardian, but I actually took pictures. And Donna, these are 3 pictures that I uploaded, one after the next. Those are photos instead of the
That's
embed code.
amazing.
Right. So, and I did that. And then I thought, I'm going to leave that, Donna, and for you listening, to show in life, when you have deadlines, you just do things. You can go back and correct it later. So the end result is good enough. You don't have to have things perfect. You just got to take action. So I was having some issues that I ran into, and versus putting in a support ticket and like, oh crap, now I got to wait, or I got to look. All right, I need this up. I'm just going to take pictures of it and upload 3 pictures. These are actually, if I right click, see it says image, save image. That's an image. There's 3 of them, but they're mine and they're still copyrighted. You can't use them, right? But that's what you have to have, ladies and gentlemen, as good enough is good enough mindset, and also improvise, adapt, and overcome. And then the same thing for the privacy policy. This too, if I right click, that's an image. There's 3 images here of the privacy policy. And I did that purposefully so that y'all can see it doesn't matter what level you achieve. Sometimes you run into obstacles and you're like, all right, how can I get around this? And you get around it and you still publish it and you get going according to schedule. Hopefully that reminds you, uh, never is it going to be perfect. And yeah, you do your best to put your best foot forward, but there comes a point when a B plus now is better than an A plus 30 days from now. Does that make sense? Give me a 2 if you understand all what I just talked about. Give me a 2 in the chat here. Give me a 2. See what we got.
Very timely, because even as I'm here helping moderate the chat, listening, jumping in, I'm also fixing all of the typos on our groovecell.com website that we published today. So yeah, it's done. We pushed it out, and now we're going back and fixing it.
Correct. Right. Well, and that's funny, Donna. Like, and here's a surprise that some of you may not know. Okay, great. So I see everyone's following along. Good. You got it. Michael, Jody, Michael, Yoshi, Kurt, Kimberly, Tracy, Michael, Bernard, Simon, Vaughn, Pierre, Michael. Okay, great. Everyone's here. We get it. Good. Perfection is the enemy of good enough. Paul Schmidt. Perfect. Perfect said. Kurt. Images are awesome. Exactly. It's the same thing result. FTC is part of the funnels or separate. FTC is separate. That is an add-on service. And let me just state this: there are resourceful ways to do it, and I'm going to get to that here in a second on the slides. Not everybody has all the resources to get all the tools and gadgets. Is that a fair enough statement? Right. So you use your resourcefulness, and resourcefulness always beats resources. So when you have the resources and you have a tool like FTC Guardian, and you're like, crap, that saves me a lot of time, headache, and pain in the neck, I'm going to do that. Boom, happy to pay the one-time lifetime fee or the ongoing, whatever it is. I bought some special deal for lifetime a while back, and it's amazingly relieving to have that protection on all my sites. And it relieves me from having to worry about what Mike and I went through, where Mike actually paid a small amount for a WSO legal page document. And little did he know, and little did even the person probably that sold the product know, that it was violating the copyright of that attorney who was going out and shaking people down for money that used a service that they bought, right? So think about that. So yes, Tammy, it is not part of the funnels or GroovePages or anything like that. It's a separate resource. Helpful as all get out if you have the resources to get it, and let you know how to be resourceful. And I'll get to that in a second, how you can find other things that may do something similar, but not have it as tight and as secure as that, but still will get the job done. Similar to how me getting the pictures up there got the job done anyhow. All right. Some other comments going in here. Perfect. It's overrated, Patrick. Yep. Norrell, does this work for international people? I'm from Ireland. That's a great question, Norrell. And here's another thing that I and Donna and Mike and all who come here that I know about believe in, If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know. So I don't know, but what I do know is they have a tremendous support at FTC Guardian, and they probably have some FAQs there that would answer that question or could get that question answered properly. But I am not the person to answer that properly, if that makes sense. All right, so back to some more stuff here. So hey, thank you for paying attention, for giving the feedback that you're giving. That's super helpful to let me know that you guys are getting it. You guys and gals are getting it. You're getting the improvise, adapt, and overcome. You're getting that good enough is something that's, well, here it is. Done is better than perfect. Write that down. Done is better than perfectly not done, right? That I kind of left that off. Like a lot of people get caught in perfection. Done is better than perfectly undone. So, and that goes back to imperfect action always beats perfect inaction. Imperfect action always beats perfect inaction. All right, so there we go. And you can see it in action. 3dayapplefast.com, done through GroovePages. That's a site all through GroovePages. All how I did it is in the previous trainings that you can go get at groovedigitalacademy.com. And you can get your site up and running very quickly. Now let me jump over to here. Where am I? All right. Okay, what can I say? I gotta make sure you're seeing the right page. Yes, okay, you're seeing it. So this was the big one. This is the one where I was involved with a company. I wasn't part of the company, the executive staff or anything like that. I was an outside consultant that they had hired to come do some trainings, and the owner listened to me sometimes didn't. And this particular instance, the top one, the person made some income claims and his affiliates made some income claims, and it got the FTC's attention, and they closed the darn business down, and that's what happened. So this URL here goes into more details, but let me open it up just to show you some things. So this is in Safari, so I gotta go to Safari. All right, so this may be a company you know of, maybe not. It was a MLM, a multi-level marketing company called Moog, and tells a whale of a tale with misleading money-making claims. This is by the FTC. So they actually showed. Now what you see here, actually I know Chris and Susan, and I know these two. They were affiliates of this MLM, and these were their banners that they created. So these were two of many. So here's one. The surefire way to create a six-figure retirement income in less than 12 months. Discover the shocking $97,337 secret a war vet uncovered from his sweatbox room in Afghanistan. Right? So the one up top has a real direct income claim. The one at the bottom's more vague, but still hits on six-figure. Those are two of many that it actually showed as justification to shut this MLM down, not for what normally shuts a lot of MLM down with the Ponzi scheme type of stuff, but they shut them down according to income claims and money-making promises. So that's one example that leads a trail, right? Success leaves clues, and so do paths that pulled carpets out from under people, right? So if you're in a company that has money-making claims that are necessary, you might want to take a look at what got the FTC's attention, what they did, and how you can take steps to prevent that. And that hopefully that makes sense. Now, another one, let's go to this one here. FTC challenges seller's business model and product claims. So this one was more on claims of health, right? Health, but also income. So it claimed that Nerium falsely claims that EHT can prevent, reduce the risk of, or treat chronic traumatic CTE caused by repetitive brain trauma, as well as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. So they made some health claims that got the FTC's attention, but then also misleading promise of people who join Nerium will earn lifestyle changing income and live a lavish lifestyle. And if you think about that, that's even hard to really, and for my mindset, like put into an income claim. It's more of just a statement, right? And a lifestyle changing income or lavish lifestyle. But that's what the FTC put on there as being something that got their attention. And so I'm bringing this up not to scare you. as we discussed earlier, Donna brilliantly pointed out, the FTC is looking for its biggest return on energy, right? Where can we put our energy and what's going to give us a return? They're not going to come generally after the mom and pop's company who's barely breaking even, for the most part. Now, as she said, that doesn't mean if you're a mom and pop's person who's barely breaking even, it gives you free reign to do whatever the heck you want and make any claim you want. We're bringing this up to hopefully prevent you and others from making claims that would at any point bring heat or a radar on you that you wouldn't want. And as a Marine, I was in the Marine Corps. The truth is this: no matter how clean a room is, if I am inspecting a room and want to find dirt, guess what I'll find? Dirt. Same thing when the FTC comes in. Literally, they could roll the dice, open up any business they want, and probably find some dirt. But they do it selectively, and they generally go after companies that they know are going to give them a good return on that investment, return on their energy. But these gives you ideas, and these are a couple of many that give you ideas of what you'd want to say and what you would not want to say to bring up your name, your business on the radar. It also talked about here, MLM, illegal pyramid scheme, make false and misleading earning claims and false unsubstantiated claims to dietary supplements. So it also tied in with this one, the whole Ponzi illegal pyramid scheme thing, which happens frequently with any MLM as well. So let me just remind y'all listening, you may remember years and years ago that the US government sued Microsoft. You may remember a few years ago, the US government sued Apple. What were both of those lawsuits? They were money grabs. Like you reach a certain level of billions, the government comes knocking on the door and says, hey, give us a piece of that or else we're going to be around here for a long time. So it happens to the big dogs. It happens to the, these in the hundreds of millions. It happens to people in the tens of millions. It happens to people in the millions.
And from time to time, it happens to people in the thousands and tens of thousands.
Correct.
And generally
Correct.
that happens in mass and in an effort to send a message.
Yep.
So
Correct.
yeah, you don't want to be on the receiving end of the FTC trying to send a message through you.
Right. And here's and a perfect point. And so that's why we aren't saying, well, don't have to worry. I'm not Microsoft. I'm not Apple. I'm not doing 100 million yet. No. We're trying to wave our arms in front of this to say, how can you market? And this is kind of like a puzzle. How can I do the marketing without the income claims, without the health claims that are in violation of what can and can't be said? Right. So just get to know what can and can't be said. And a lot of times, if you're in certain MLM companies, they even tell you, here's what can be said, here's what can't be said. And they do that because their legal team said, here's what can't be said, right? And the affiliate's like, oh, that's crap. We can say it anyhow. And if you go do it, now you've crossed that MLM's legal boundary, which probably will have you booted out, and could possibly, like you saw in the other case back here, they actually take the affiliates. Remember, this isn't the company that ran these. These are just affiliates, part of that company who ran these. And I'm friends with actually both of them, or all four of them. And they didn't do it maliciously. They did it just because they thought that was good marketing. Kind of like.
Can you drop
Yeah.
those FTC links in the chat for everyone?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let me go do that. Let me jump here. Jumping around with screens all over the place. Let's see what we got here. Chat. Okay, so here's the one FTC, and then here is the other. And these are interesting to read because they leave clues. Success leaves clues, and so does what to do, the success, and what not to do leaves clues. And so these were both successful businesses, but they crossed some lines that ended up costing them dearly in the long run. How can I learn from that to stay within the lines, not bring attention? And so here's the rub, and this is something that's a quandary because I'm working. I can't quite say it right now, but there's $1 billion company that has a legal team that is very precise and very restrictive. And a lot of the people that work for this $1 billion company who are marketers are like, look, you're telling me to chop the tree down with one leg and arm tied behind my back because I can't give the full marketing message with as much of the marketing, the things that get people's attention, interest, desire, and action without saying that stuff. It's kind of a boring message. Legal team's like, I don't care. Like you can't say that, and you have to say this. So it becomes a challenge of how can you still win the game? Like, okay, you're boxing the best opponent ever, and one arm's tied behind your back. How can you still win? And if you think you can't, you're right. But if you're like, all right, crap, I didn't plan on this, but I got to box this son of a gun with one arm. Okay, how am I going to do this? Well, you train for it, and you hone your skills, and you get better at it. So in a way, yes, the FTC is there to protect, the people who just believe everything. I guess they don't have any discernment. I don't know. Like I don't know. Right? And they're out there to protect certain people, but it does end up putting boundaries on what can and can't be said, which we as marketers are like, well, crap. That's kind of like I'm going to battle and I can't bring my heavy artillery, right? So you have to work within the confines, and it becomes more of a challenge. And so just accept the fact, like, look, I'm going to make a choice to not cross that line. And, if we're talking white and black, I'm not going to go over to the dark side and do things that I know from the get-go are illegal. How can I do this from the get-go legally to where I sleep well at night and I never have to worry about my business being pulled out from under me one day? Think about it from that way. And trust me, I have friends that are in the 20 million, 50 million, 100 million range who have that fear. Like every day, I wonder if I wake up tomorrow, if all my bank accounts are shut down and my doors are locked up. That's not a fun way to live, right? So I'm just trying to plant that seed for you to not have your dream become a reality and it end up being a nightmare, right? And then you're like, well, Tom, I'm not even close to 100 million or a million. Like I get it, but trust me, you do it right from the get-go, and you got nothing to worry about. You start breaking the rules from the get-go and you try to cover up the tracks later on, it doesn't happen so easily. Everything is tracked. Everything, the Getty images, they know how long you had that image up on the site to the minute. Same thing with the copy that you might have borrowed, a couple paragraphs here and there. Same thing with, crossing a couple lines of income claims or health claims. Stay clean so that you can sleep well at night and build something that's going to have solid roots, that has no worries that it's going to be ripped out one day because you cross some lines. Give me a 7 if you're with me on that. Give me a 7 if you understand what I'm saying. 7, lucky 7. Let's see what we got. We got people. All right, good. Jody, Pierre, Martin, Kurt, John, Simon, Darren, Amir, Ganesh, Eldon, Robert, Troy, Wolfgang, whole bunch of 7s. Love it. Glenn, Dwight, Michael, and plus. All right, good. Lots of 7s. Kurt, lucky 7. Helen, Julian, Gary, Dan, Ricardo, Miss, Shelly, Kevin, Victor, Chris, Ross, Tanya, Neural. Awesome, very good. And that's just my way of operating. I have friends doing very, very well, and then I see them and like, well, that whole business got shut down. I'm like, what happened? Well, I crossed the line. I kind of knew I crossed the line, and sure enough, I laid in the bed I made. Right now, I have to start over. Right? I don't want you to have to be in those shoes. Yeah, Proful, good to see you here. Glad that you made it. So there we go. So this is all about starting right, doing things right, ethically and honestly, and not just listening to me, but doing your proper research, doing your proper due diligence, so that legally you're covering your assets and taking all the right steps and the right precautions to do so. All right, so then what? Okay, so then what? You have to be able to be resourceful. And we live in a day and age unlike any other, where if you literally talk to Google as if it were your hero, your super smart friend, your attorney, dare I say God, right? What questions would you ask that super smart friend of yours, that hero of yours, that attorney? And so ask questions to Google and watch how Google itself and YouTube and a whole bunch of other helpful resources will be there. But I have some interesting, eye-shocking, mind-shattering news for you. Do not believe everything you find on the interwebs. Everything you find on the internet is not true. Verify, right? So I've hopefully pointed you down a path that opened your eyes to things to do and things not to do. And hopefully you heard the disclaimer at the beginning. I am not an attorney, nor do I play one on the internet, on GoToWebinar, or ever. I am just someone who has been down these roads, been fortunate to produce some great results, been fortunate to do some great things, been fortunate to make some big mistakes. And hopefully some of these lessons that I've shared have awoken your awareness that you don't want to borrow paragraphs from people. You want to take that paragraph and turn it into your own, from your own perspective, personality, and experience. You don't want to go to Google and Yahoo and all the other resources and just find pictures. You can go to your GroovePages and add pictures as you feel necessary. You have the rights to use the pictures within there. But ask about this stuff. So if you can't get FTC Guardian, go in to Google, and I haven't even tried this, but I'm going to go here right now and pretend that I'm curious. I'm going to go into, let me just go to Google and type into free legal disclaimer for website. Look at that. Boom. Free legal disclaimer. Disclaimer generator. Disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. Now, keep in mind, these sites that you find, so not only do not just not trust everything you see, remember, most of the sites that you find, guess what they are? They're a business. Guess what they do? Marketing. As you find stuff, look at it through the lens of marketing, knowing that if you're getting some people with ads, chances are good there might be a free disclaimer that may lead to a free trial, get that, of 7 days, 3 days, 10 days, 30 days, that then goes into a monthly continuity. Huh, imagine that. Now that's just me guessing. I haven't gone into these. Let me just see if my hypothesis is correct. Oh wow, there's pricing here. Huh, maybe when you start looking at things just from the search and, oh wow, cool, the free resource. No, they're a business and they've got a pricing model. Let me just take a look here. They ran advertisements. Okay, so bill monthly, bill annually. Okay, basic, 0 per month. Okay, don't know, 0 per month. Great, but they're going to do something, collect my data, right? $10 per month, right? So they're a business. That's one of many. So as you're going through this, you're going to have to use your discernment to find ones that not only meet your needs, but also don't look sketchy. And you do your best to cross your T's and dot your I's, and use your discernment to not only not trust everything you see online or all that fun stuff, but know that a lot of these that say free are probably going to have some type of lead capture and or monetization. Oh, pricing, imagine that. Right? So it's literally, once you've been around the block, you aren't shocked, right? Like Jim Rohn has a saying. Jim Rohn is the one who taught Tony Robbins all those ages ago, decades ago. Jim Rohn says, look, if you have a friend who's a liar, don't be surprised when they lie to you. Like, that's what they do. They're liars, right? So when you go online and you're searching for free stuff, don't be surprised when they hit you with an offer, when they hit you with some lead capture, when they hit you with some, free trial into monthly continuity and all this other stuff. And as a matter of fact, look at it from the marketing standpoint. You're like, whoa, I like how they did that. That was pretty slick. How could I emulate that? So you get what I'm saying? And so when you talk to Google like that, free legal disclaimer, so then you can obviously go free terms of use for website. Guess what? More stuff. And also guess what? Free is probably going to try hooking me into something. At least the ones that are any good. And if you find some that are completely free, you might want to check the sketchiness, right?
Unless it's GrooveCell.
Right, exactly, right. Unless it's GrooveCell, right, right. And that wasn't free just a short while ago, but it adapted. That goes back to the first thing we talked about in the beginning. Like, look, business as usual is not. Business as usual has changed. And if you aren't willing to accept that change and you're still fighting for, I'm going to keep doing business the way I've been doing business. Well, guess what? I grew up in Rochester, New York. There's a company that I'm reminded of called Kodak that owned the first digital patent for digital cameras, yet they were the film company. And they held on to that film company all the way to bankruptcy because they didn't want to adapt to the digital movement, even though they were one of the first with a patent. So I'm just, so what Donna shared, absolutely. GrooveCell was a paid service that is now it has a story. now it's got a great story that when you find it, like, oh crap, this was a paid service that is now doing good to the community in these new times that we've entered, and now offering it for free. Holy cow! Like that makes me feel good, and that's a whole story that you can use in your marketing. So brilliant. And then so that's just that, but then you can also you can become curious about anything, like all the things that we talked about. Any of those topics, you can become curious. Talk to Google as if you had Donna and I or Mike right there with you, and do your searching and see what answers you come up with. But like I said, newsflash, don't trust everything you find on the interwebs. Verify. And here's something that always blows my mind. Like, people believe everything they find. If you Google TED Talk AstroTurf, this goes to show you that there are actually every agenda you could ever think of, whether it's right wing, left wing, whether it's gun rights or gun suck, whether it's abortions are great or abortions suck, whether it's, you name the topic, there's a team of thousands of people that all are out there putting their agenda out there, so that when people are searching, they're going to find what that agenda feels is their truth, and it's backed up with doctors and so everything that we find out there is pretty much, it's a big propaganda field. It's a big minefield. And if you're going into it looking at it like, oh, okay, yeah, you have to get out of that. You're not a rookie. Like, you've been around the block of life. So as you're looking for this stuff, don't believe everything you find, but do use it as a tool. And don't believe it, but verify. And so that is the topic of how to cover your assets. And we talked about, as far as copy is related, don't go out there plagiarizing. It's not looked at, and it's not, I'm not going to see that. And actually, I didn't share this story. Here, I'll say this, Donna, this might be a surprise. I'll have to fill you in later with who it is, but it's not going to be discussed publicly. So a long time ago, Mike wrote this report that he shared with a few friends, and the report was awesome. And it was coming out in a month or two, and another friend had another report coming out, like in between when it was shared with him and before Mike's report came out. Well, that friend copied a couple paragraphs of Mike's report that was unreleased already, put it into his new report, released his report, and then when Mike released his report, Mike was attacked for plagiarizing this other friend. When Mike was the one who originally put it in there. And when he approached the friend, he's like, dude, what's up? Like, you used, like, literally you copied and pasted 2 paragraphs of mine that now I'm being accused of copying you.
Crazy.
No, I didn't think you'd mind. He's like, well, I actually, in essence, don't mind, but come on, like, I'm now being accused of plagiarism when I'm the one who wrote it. Like, it's just not cool, right? So you don't want that to occur. And there's many other stories that as it all unfolds, it's better to stay on the right path, sleeping well at night, than having to worry about getting caught for plagiarizing someone, getting caught for using an image that then you get the letter in the mail. Oh crap, Tom told me about this. Holy crap, he wasn't kidding. Getty Images does it. Go Google Getty Images scam, and you'll probably see a huge amount of things about that. And same thing about the terms and disclaimer and the all that stuff. You got to do it right, as well as your claims, the income claims and health claims. Make sure you know what you can say and what you can't say legally. And if you step outside those lines on purpose, be willing and ready to accept the consequences that come with that. And hopefully what we shared with you today is there standing in front of that road saying, don't go down that road. You won't find what you're looking for there. We're looking to help you build something that's got the roots in, that aren't going to be dragged out by crossing those lines of what can keep you out of their radar and what can put you in their radar. So Donna, everyone else, that is how to cover your assets presentation for this evening.
That is so fantastic, Tom. Thank you so much. There are a couple of things that I want to talk about. We haven't really had, a whole lot in the way of questions, but I do want to speak to everyone that is listening. But first, I know that Tom has some plans tonight. It's his wife's big birthday. So we want to set him free and let him go and celebrate his birthday with his wife this evening, but I can stick around and answer a couple of questions. So does anyone have any questions for Tom before he takes off for the evening?
Oop, I see one in here. Frank, not that it's something, but someone stole my video script on YouTube verbatim. And let me share something. So one of our friends, actually his name is Frank too, Frank Kern, did a video years ago that was really amazing. And it was about the stranger and, his whole story and the stranger, anyhow. And it got a lot of play and people loved it. Another well-known, highly respected person took their video word for word and had this. It was, and here's what we found out: it wasn't the person who was the well-respected person. It was someone on his team liked Frank's video, got it transcribed, and gave it to this well-known expert who had no clue that it was someone else's. And with his voice, did Frank Kern's video word for word. And here's Frank with this quandary, like, man, I look up to this guy. This guy was amazing in my life, but he stole my work. So he reached out, like, dude, what's up? And that person didn't have a clue that his team member had verbatim copied every single word for word, that Frank's video was. Immediately pulled it down. But that's the type of stuff that those two resources in the beginning that I shared with you, you'd want to check. And by the way, this happens on Fiverr all the time. This happens sometimes with not legitimate copywriters. They'll go copy something and give it to you. You think it's fresh, you think it's clean, it's not stolen from anybody, but they broke the cardinal rule and they plagiarized someone else and took your money and gave you plagiarized material. You can take their material and go to these resources, Copyscape or the Grammarly plagiarism checker, and find, wait a minute, dude, you gave me something that someone else is like, that's not cool, right? So that happens. So this is not stuff that we're just saying just to say. This is real world stuff that happens with some of the biggest names out there. And as that one other person's case, you would know that person's name if I said it, but I think it got handled personally. It didn't make it publicly. He had no clue that it was Frank's material. He thought his guy had created this and thought it was brilliant. And so this happens on a regular basis. So just make sure you're not taking anything for granted. You're crossing your T's, you're dotting your I's so that you stay congruent and you stay on path. All right. Anything else?
I don't see any other questions that have been in here. So I think, yeah, there's some legal questions that we really are not qualified to cover. So, Tom is not an attorney. Unfortunately, I can't say that, but I am not a practicing attorney and I haven't practiced for, Tom, 19 years.
Wow, unbelievable.
I know, it's like a kick in the gut that I can say anything about my life that's 19 years. I still feel like I'm 19.
Wow.
So yeah, I have not practiced law for 19 years, so I will not answer legal questions. And, I highly recommend that you reach out to the team at FTC Guardian. They are super, super smart. Not only do they have this service, which is ridiculously inexpensive for getting your legal documents done, but also oh, hold on a second, not yet. I just saw you made me a presenter. I was asking to show my screen and I don't think you want to see it right now. They also are a full service legal, they provide services, so they can help you set up your company, they can answer legal questions. They're really great guys over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about our promotion today a little bit and your opportunity to be an affiliate with this promotion. So if you just give me 1 second, Tom, let me log in.
Okay. Yeah, and this is awesome. I'll be dipping out for the birthday celebration, but this is awesome, guys and gals. This is big time news. This is a way to really help people, your friends, your family, your colleagues, get a service that legitimately is $97 a month that you can get for free now. So there's a little bit more, Steve. Donna's going to be sharing some stuff on what they just did for people in this new chapter that we've all entered throughout the world. And it's quite amazing. You want to stick around for that.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. We changed the the URL where you log in.
Right.
So now my 1Password doesn't work anymore. So I just have to fix that. And then I can take over the screen. Yeah, there we go.
Well, and here, Alan comes up with a funny question. Alan Harrison, I'm kind of joking, but where can you go to know that an offer includes the rights is true? And that's a funny question, but it does take, I mean, we had this happen with Getty Images years ago. We bought something from, what the heck is the image? What's the iPhoto, or not iPhoto?
iStock photo?
iStock Photo, yeah. So we bought an image from iStock Photo. We had the receipt and everything. And next thing you know, months go by, like we bought the rights to use that photo on iStock Photo, which is owned by Getty Images, ironically. And months later, we get the shakedown from Getty Images saying, we noticed this image on your site. You didn't have the rights to use it. You owe us this much money. And we're like, dude, here's our receipt for buying the rights to use it. So they own the company that we bought the rights to use it for, and then they still tried shaking us down. Yeah, iStock Photo. So, I think that one, they ended up, the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing type of deal. So it got squared away, but not having your T's crossed and I's dotted, if I didn't have that receipt, it could have been another scenario. So you have to do more due diligence than I would hope in today's day and age is the real answer, Alan.
All right, and with that, Tom, you're welcome to stick around, but if you need to go, please do, and give Wanda my love and tell her happy birthday.
All right, I will talk with y'all soon. Have a great one. Good chatting with you, Donna.
Tom.
Rocket.
And I just want to talk a little bit about the promotion that we did today. We have 3 types of people that are on this webinar. There are people that have already bought the lifetime access to all of the Groove products. There are people that haven't gotten any of the Groove products at all, and they're just on this webinar because they're interested, but they haven't made that decision yet. And then we have our newest group of people who took advantage of the GrooveSell promotion that we did starting today. It is our answer to try to help the industry when it comes to the financial impact that people are experiencing as a result of COVID-19. We carved off GrooveSell from our GrooveFunnels program and made that free to everyone. And in fact, it's going to be free for life. This is just a decision that we made, that we want GrooveSell to be free and available to everyone for life. They'll never have to pay for GrooveSell again. Then after they go through that promo, and I can show you actually, I'll just go right here to the page, and so you can see the page, groovesell.com. After they sign up to get their sales and affiliate platform for free, we give them, we're calling it the no upsell, where we decided to give them just a little bit more than that, and they're getting GroovePages Lite. So we made a light version of GroovePages. It doesn't have all the full functionality of GroovePages, but it doesn't do any good to have a shopping cart without a page to be able to put your product on. So we did a 1 funnel version of GroovePages that we're giving people so that they can completely sell their products, have an affiliate program, and have a funnel to do that. So that's the promotion that we sent out today. Of course, it is our greatest hope that you fall in love with us and with our products and decide to become a lifetime member of GroovePages. So obviously we won't ever ask for that. If you want to take part of GrooveSell, you'll never have to pay for that again. But I do want to talk a little bit about the upgrade option for GrooveSell. And I don't see it in my account because it's a full-on account. I don't need to upgrade. But if you go here and after you sign up, so those of you who are here that have not taken the upsell, you want to go here and click one of the Get Started buttons. It'll sign you up and it'll create your GrooveSell account. And then there'll be a second page where you get to see that we're actually giving you more than that. But when you are in your service right here, there will be a button that says upgrade up here. And I want to talk about that page for a second. So I think it's right here. All right, so here is our upgrade. So I just want to talk about this limited offer. And even if you've gotten it already, I want you to pay attention because we have a good affiliate option for you. And I made a very, very bad joke about, and I'm going to continue to make this very, very bad joke, so forgive me. There's no better time to talk about viral marketing than right now. And just as a virus is spreading around the world, good ideas can spread too. And this is a good idea. This GrooveSell promotion is a very, very good idea. So we've made it viral. We have made it spread. You can choose to give away this to some other people. And like I said, it's our sincere hope that people not only get the GrooveSell account, so even I get the names messed up, not only get the GrooveSell account, but that they eventually upgrade and become part of our GrooveFunnels environment, get the full service GrooveFunnels. So if you take a look at the upgrade page, you can see what the options are, and it talks about what you get basic. So you're going to get GrooveSell, GrooveAffiliate, and GroovePages Basic, or GroovePages Lite, which is a single funnel version of GroovePages. And there are silver and gold upgrades that are based on a couple of things, like whether you get access to the blog, the desk, the calendar, survey, quiz. So you can see all of those right here. And this is the price that it will be in July. We've moved our launch to July, so this is what we are planning for July. However, we have been running a lifetime offer. So if you scroll down, you get to see the lifetime options that are available. We talk about it. There's some videos where we give you sneak peeks of it. And you have the lifetime option. We used to only have this part. In fact, we did a, it used to be 3 payments, 30 days each to get the whole funnel. We've pushed it off 30 days because we know people are waiting for stipend checks and just, everyone's feeling a little financially uneasy right now. But we also added 2 longer payment programs. So we have 2 longer payment programs here. This is to help you make some money by promoting the software as well. We hope that people will get a free account. You can give that away for free, absolutely from the heart. But once you are in, we hope that you're going to upgrade. So we have an affiliate program that is automatic. As soon as you join, so this is for the new people who are just logging in today. If you go up here in the corner, you can see this is what's called a hamburger menu. If you click on your hamburger menu, you can go to Groove Partner Program. So you click on Groove Partner Program, and you will see affiliate links. And the very first one, the top one that says product index page, let's copy that and then take a look at it. It goes right to this GrooveSell promotion for free GrooveSell. So we are helping you give, oh, now it's talking to me. We are helping you give GrooveSell away for free with the hopes that eventually someone would upgrade and become part of the system. Unlike affiliate systems where there's a cookie, this is a hard-coded referral link, which means if someone upgrades a year from now, you will get the credit. It's also a 2-tier affiliate program, but not in the normal way that you'd think about it. We have, I may get these numbers wrong, I think it's 20% commission if you have a free account. But if you upgrade your affiliate account, then, or if you upgrade your GrooveSell account, you get a 40% commission for sales. So if you are an affiliate marketer and you're interested in giving away GrooveSell for free, if you purchase GrooveSell, you can get a 40% commission for life if someone decides to upgrade. So that means if they take the upgrade option right now, if they, where was that page? The upgrade page. I've completely missed it. I'll just click on it again. So that means if they take this upgrade option right now, or if they wait until July and pay at $99 a month, you will get either 20% or 40% commission on those sales. So now is a great time when you can give back to the community and then help support it. We really do want to create a powerful community of people that help each other and support each other, because that's what we have. That's what we did when we became marketers. We had a community of people that helped us and supported us. And that is our greatest wish for you, to really help you take control of your finances, take control of your future, especially during these hard times. So if you have any question about becoming an affiliate, you can reach out to our affiliate manager. He is Joe. I'll type his email in the chat to make it very easy for everyone. He's going to be so happy I did this. It's Joe at groovedigital.com. That's our affiliate manager. You can reach out and ask him any questions, but the really easiest way to get started is to just go to your account, click on the hamburger menu, go to Groove Partner Program, and grab that first link. We are starting to see these all over the internet, which is the very definition of viral marketing. And we want to thank you if you've helped us promote, but we kind of hope that it gives you an option. So I see we have some questions. It's hard to talk and answer questions at the same time. Can people still get a lifetime account? Absolutely. The best link to send people is this one at the top. That is the lifetime offer. That's the one that has the longer payment programs and the deferred payments. There's no payments for 30 days today. Let's see. I see. This is amazing. Oh, Jody's already fallen in love with us. Thank you. Mark said, where can we get the URL for our own affiliate accounts? That's exactly it. When you log in, there's this is right here. It says Groove Partner Program, and that's, you can see that there's a little bit of code here. That's basically your link. It starts with GroovePages because I'm in the GroovePages account, I believe. I think it would say something different for yours if I am correct about that. But definitely that's where you get your affiliate link as soon as you log in. Everyone is an affiliate, whether or not you are a free customer or a lifetime customer. Yes, lifetime members. So Shelley asked, those that are founding lifetime members, does that include the gold plan, include Groove webinars? And let me see what it says right here. Because I believe, yes. Yes, your lifetime access will include all of these things. There is a limit, I know, on the webinars, and I think he talks a little bit about it today. I think he talks a lot about it in here, that it's later this year, and there might be a limit to the number of attendees that you can have. I'm not exactly sure, and I'm not even sure if we've set it out at this point, but you definitely will have at least the minimal access to Groove webinars when you upgrade to lifetime. So we'll be selling those separately from the free account. Sherilyn says, if people sign up for the free account but we referred them, if they upgrade, absolutely, that is the way to do it, through your affiliate link there. People who had already purchased lifetime, it's the same thing. The affiliate link is the same. We've changed the affiliate link for everyone, so it's not just the free account. And the lifetime of GroovePages, Dan asks, will that include Groove Mail? Absolutely. Lifetime includes all product access, so that's everything that we have, including an upgrade to Platinum, which means you won't get the basic account, you'll get the higher level account, not gold. We talk here about silver and gold. Platinum is right here. That includes GrooveCart for commerce and live and automated webinars. So everyone who buys the lifetime program, that is what you have. Let's see, let's talk about, someone asked about the different affiliate links. So really the only one that you want to pay attention to now is the product index page. The secret backdoor is the old promotion that we had. The product index page, it's referred to there. It's the same lowest price that is available there. The difference between these two links is there are payment plans available on the product index page that are not available in the secret backdoor page. You may or may not have some of these direct to checkout. That's something that you would not want to use in this case. This is a very specific link that you might use, for instance, if you were doing a webinar. When you're talking about the program, you don't need to send them to the sales page again. You might send them direct to a checkout page. A webinar replay page we promoted with a webinar before, so you could also, I mean, feel free to look at it, but it's not the best link to use right now. This product index page is the best link to use. But this link right here, the second tier affiliate link, if you know someone who does affiliate marketing and you would like to invite them to join us and help and be an affiliate for us, you would send them the second tier affiliate link. The second tier affiliate link means that you would get a commission override for all of the sales that they made. So you would send them right here, and this goes to our JV blog. So I'm just going to grab it and click it so you can see what it looks like. The second tier link doesn't go to our sales page, it goes to our partner program. So that's at groovejv.com. And that's where you can send someone to sign up to be an affiliate, and you can make an override on their affiliate commissions. So all of those links are available here. Again, you click this hamburger menu and click Groove Partner Program, and those links are available for you. Everyone is automatically made an affiliate. You don't have to jump through hoops. You do want to make sure that after you do that, after you get your commission links, you go in and update your account so that we can pay you once people start. All right, any other questions? I see someone is asking if they can get the payment plan, but they already purchased. Just reach out to our support team and they can try to get you straight. Yeah, Sherilyn said, I wish I had the longer payment option available. I don't know how much flexibility we have to change a payment program, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So I do know that we are trying very, very hard to be as flexible as we can with our customers. We understand that we all sort of had the financial rug pulled out of us when COVID-19 hit. So if you can't make a payment, if you need a little bit of delay for time, if you need to wait until you get your stipend or your unemployment comes through or you're back to work, we completely understand. Just communicate with us because we are here for you and we're happy to help in any way that we can. Let's see, there's a lifetime GroovePages member, but they don't remember where to log into GroovePages. You want to go to app.groovefunnels.com. And actually, I think if you just go to GrooveFunnels, there should be a login. Let's take a look. If you go to groovefunnels.com, there is a login button right there. Their brand snazzy new GrooveFunnels site. So Joseph is asking a great question. I have Webinar Jam. How does this work or compare with Groove Webinars? Well, Groove Webinars has not yet been created. It's being released at the end of this year. It will be comparable to Webinar Jam, although we believe built on a better coding backbone. So obviously, I was marketing director at Webinar Jam for 5 years. Webinar Jam was Mike's creation. So we're taking all of that information and knowledge from creating that software and putting it into the new and better software available here at Groove Digital. Chong asked, is Groove Access everywhere international? Absolutely, absolutely. While we don't translate our training into other languages, GroovePages are entirely able to use different languages in it. And all of our checkout pages for GrooveSell have other language opportunities as well. Let's see, Phyllis. Okay, there are a couple questions about I can't access my account or I don't remember what I have. The easiest thing to do is to reach out to our support team. So I'll go ahead and drop in the main chat our support team link again. They can very easily look up your account, tell you what you got, make sure that you get the best deal that's available to you. We never ever want to punish our customers for buying early, ever. Sometimes we might inadvertently do that. So if that ever happens to you, just come back and say, hey, we're getting penalized for being an early buyer, and we will always make it right for you. So just reach out to our support team. We are absolutely ready and willing, and we desire to give people a little flexibility and a little care and compassion during these times. Shelly asked a question about what the affiliate link says. She confirmed that it does say groovepages.groovesell for her too. Okay, that makes sense. And will it get upgraded? Probably not. I can't confirm, but for now, let's just assume it's going to stay like that. I don't know if it'll change to GrooveFunnels. Paul asks if I want a second Groove cart, will that be part of a lifetime? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, Paul. A second Groove cart store or a second Groove cart account? Wolfgang says, do we get 40% if we're lifetime customers, if we sell lifetime to someone? Absolutely. So paid users get a 40% commission, free users get a 20% commission. We think that that is fair. And yeah, you're automatically upgraded to that 40% if you're a paid user. David asks if lifetime members will get access to Review Trust at some point. Review Trust is, we are considering rolling Review Trust into the software. So that is not decided, but it is probably decided. But just don't hold me to it if we change our mind, David. Amir asks for marketing collateral to help with promotion, and generally that is something that we do provide. We have been so busy working on the app though that we do not have any marketing information available to you. And for this particular promotion, we have not provided our affiliates with any swipe. So ordinarily when you promote something as an affiliate, you get all sorts of things called swipe. It's got marketing materials, maybe ads, sometimes articles, sometimes images that you can use. We've not provided anything for that, even to our really high-level affiliates or super affiliates, you might call them. And here's why. It's really important to us that any message about this particular giveaway comes from the heart. And we really do want it to, our primary motivation is it's a giveaway. And absolutely, we would love people to join us for life with a full suite of products. And we would love that because we believe in our products. But we also welcome with open arms anybody that just comes in at the free level and wants to operate their business with the bare bone minimums. So in that case, we don't want to seem too salesy, I guess is the thing. It's very important to us that this is a giveaway for COVID-19. So we haven't provided any swipe. We want all messages to come from the heart, and that is not the usual way we would operate. So just to let you know about this particular promotion. Elvin asked a great question. Please explain the difference between partner and affiliate programs. Eldon, there's no difference. They're just two words. Sometimes people think the word affiliate is, a little jargony, so they prefer to call it a partner program. It makes more sense to the uninitiated. So they are basically used simultaneously. Julian asks if you can shorten the URLs for your affiliate link. Yes, you should be able to shorten them into a tiny URL or a bit.ly. I would shorten it and test. So what you would do is you would create the shortener and then you would sign someone up, and that can even be, a friend of yours that you're sending, sign someone up and just make sure that you got credit for it. So sometimes those URL shorteners will drop some of the data, but since we hard code the data in the link, it shouldn't. Sometimes you'll see a link like this, and instead of ending with the numbers, it might say and question mark equals your affiliate name. Those sometimes get dropped from URL shorteners, but ours do not drop that information because it's coded, hard coded right in the link. Oh my gosh, so many questions. The upgrade page that opens in the affiliate link doesn't seem to offer the free base program. It does. Yeah, we just looked at it. So it goes right to GrooveSell, which is where the base program is given away for free. So you notice after it landed on that page, take a look at the URL. So now we've got the affiliate ID in there, but for the original link, it was not. It's this hard-coded link that's right here. So they go from that hard-coded link with the letters and numbers, and then on our end, it does the redirect to your affiliate ID. So that's why it doesn't drop the information when it's shortened. So this is the free account version, and this is where the affiliate link goes. Let's see. Oh, the second GrooveCart account. Someone just suggested that, Mike promised a second account on that particular day. Again, reach out to support. I forgot about those. They have the information about who is entitled to that. Glenn says you guys are doing an amazing job. So happy to be a lifetime member. Thank you, Glenn. We're working very, very hard. Alden says it's time to make your own affiliate swipes. Absolutely. Nothing works better than speaking from the heart, and no amount. Feel free to visit our pages and take any of the copy that we use on our pages to use in an affiliate promotion. But for the most part, just speak from your heart about your experience with the company, with the products, with the services, or why you think it would be helpful to someone. Francis, John isn't here today. Francis is looking for John. He's not on the call today. Joe asked how to find Groove Academy. So that is at groovedigitalacademy.com. I will drop that link again in the chat. groovedigitalacademy.com, and you can sign up there and get a free account. All of our training is free, whether you own GroovePages or not. Absolutely, everything is free. All of our training is always free. Brad, yes, this will be uploaded into Groove Digital Academy. I think I had, one of these many links that is open on my page had the Academy on it, but I don't know where it is at this point. Yes, Rick asked about how to set up your account as an affiliate. So if you go here to affiliates and then go to settings, you can set up your information. So here's my username. And then if I want to get paid, I better put my PayPal ID in here, or wire information if I want it to be paid by a wire into my bank, and tax info. You must provide us with your tax ID number. If you don't put your tax ID number in, we will not pay you. This is a wonderful feature of the Groove affiliate settings that protects you and your legal requirements by making someone provide their tax information. Joseph asks if we're lifetime and someone later buys monthly, what commission do we get? It's 20 or 40%. 20% for free accounts, 40% for paid accounts. Again, right here, go to the affiliate setting and click the hamburger menu to get your Groove Partner Program links. Dwight asked, can two people from the same house sign up to it? Okay, so Dwight, here is, that's a great question because the answer is yes and. So yes, two people from the same house can sign up for it. We don't have a limit to one per family for your GrooveSell account. You can sign up for free, you can sign up for paid. What our system does do recognizes when an affiliate commission comes from the same data that the affiliate signed up with. So if you signed up as an affiliate and someone that was in your house bought the program, then that is flagged for fraud. So generally, people buy under their affiliate program all the time. They sign up for a free account and then you're cookied. And you don't really mean to, but you go to upgrade and then that becomes an affiliate commission that looks like you're buying through your affiliate account. We, just like most companies, do not allow that. You have to pay for the service and fill yourself, or use someone else's affiliate link to give a little commission or love to a friend of yours that invited you into the Groove universe. The Grooveverse. Oh my gosh, we're gonna call it that. Into the Grooveverse. Just be aware that you might say that you might see that you got a commission and then it may get overridden depending on exactly how you do that. So that's one thing. If you are signing up a friend, have them go home and not be at your house when they sign up, and then it just avoids that potential, it just creates a fraud alert. Or if you do it in some case, you can just reach out to Joe at groovedigital.com and let him know, I had a friend over and he signed up, it was at my house, so it's gonna have the same IP address, it'll look like fraud. Just plain and simple say that. We have the ability, it doesn't automatically void, we review them. So if you're proactive, then that commission won't get voided. So it says in Canada, it doesn't have a tax ID. So this is a great question. In the US, if you pay money, I'm sorry, if you hear my dog, he is standing outside my door barking at me to let him in. It's the cutest thing ever, but I'm going to talk to you instead of him. If you're in the US, and you are making payments to companies outside of the US, it's not an EIN that was tax ID, it's a WBEN, I think it is, W8BEN, something like that. There is a form that a non-US person will have to fill out and get a number to be able to file. So this helps protect you with that. You would need that tax ID for those purposes. Dwight is teaching his daughter marketing. Go, I love to hear that. Stephen asks, how do you get to your affiliate settings again? Go here under affiliate and then settings. So when you log in, you pretty much see, let's go back here. When you log in, you're going to see this right here. And we went up here into the Groove Partner Program. And then along the side, this is affiliates and your settings right here. So that's how you get to your affiliate settings. Once you go to settings, here's where you put in your tax ID right there. All right, I'm a very early backer and I'm confused because there are Groove apps, Groove Cart, Groove Studio, Groove Cart account. You know, Mike is fond of saying that it wouldn't be a Mike Filsaime company if everybody wasn't confused about all the names we have for everything. So here I have a link to a master FAQ. I'm going to drop that also into the chat. The master FAQ explains what the difference is between all of these Groove things. You know, we pretty much name everything Groove, so feel free to jump in there sometime and see all the differences between Groove this, Groove that. Those are largely answered in that document, and if there's something that you have as a question that isn't in that document, specifically about what you maybe own or what you have because you've been an early backer for over a year now. We must have changed the company name 17 times since then. So I understand your confusion. we will get you sorted if you just contact our support team. They'll always be able to tell you what you paid for, whether or not you got the best deal, be able to upgrade or change your account as needed. But we're pretty good about making sure that our members are always getting the best deal. So you'll want to take a look at and contact our support team. Some of the early Groove cart backers got unlimited stores or multiple stores, so it's hard for me to say, since that was before I was part of the company, exactly what happened depending on when you got it. So reach out to our support team. That's the best way to get a complete answer. So again, I am wrapping up. Support is at groovesupport.net, or support@groovedigital.com is the email address. So reach out to our support team there. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your help, for spreading the word about GrooveSell. We sincerely hope that those of you that have come on with a free account can find your training in Groove Academy, get the information that you need. I highly recommend you take a look at all of the GroovePages webinars. They are just really fantastic. The ones before we brought Tom on, I think 4 weeks ago, we brought Tom on. The ones before that were really big overviews. Mike Filsame spent 2 hours, I think, on the first one, going step by step through GroovePages, and the second one, step by step through GrooveSell. So you will really see it in detail, and from him, he's very, very excited about the software, so those are not to be missed. And then the ones that Tom and I started are going through the whole process of creating a sales funnel in GroovePages. So great, great content. Thank you. I'm so glad that you've become part of the team. Friends, have a wonderful day, and I am going to close this up. If I missed your question, it gets hard to check all the questions while we're also talking. So if I missed your questions, please reach out to our support team. That's what they are there for. Thank you so much, everybody. Make it a great day, and I will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye.